Yep, here we are, the last form
Heroes from the
of
realm
Zemus.
of light. I will not allow it to end this way. Not yet. If light and darkness are eternal, then surely we nothings must be the same. Eternal.
Sure.
Light and darkness are eternal. Nothing probably goes on forever too. But guess what, Xemnas?
That doesn't mean you're eternal.
Yep.
No more eternal than that radiance of yours.
This is it. The final Xemnas fight. We beat him here, and it's all over.
Anger and hate are supreme. We shall go together.
Oh god. What? What? Why wasn't the reaction command appearing? Oh my! That was bullshit!
Anger and hate are supreme.
Wow, that was... Oh my god. Oh! What the frick?
Anger and hate are supreme.
Okay, there you go. I'm sorry if I was trying to focus. Oh god, hi. Where's he? What? Oh jeez. Thanks, Riku. Oh god, hi. Oh gee. Come on, I... Reflex. Nope. Ow.
Why don't you vanish?
Ow. Ow, 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 ow.
Why don't you vanish?
Come on. Ow. Come on. Are you gonna do something that I thought you were gonna do? Nope. Okay, this is a little segment he'd like to do. That he'll actually try and grab you. He'll actually attempt to grab you and do a lot of damage. Okay, we're gonna have to do it anyway then. And now we have to play as Riku and get to Sora quickly. Shit, wrong button. Just dark aura your way to there slowly and carefully. Come on, that's not good. Shit! Come on, that was right there. Gotcha. Alright, now that we've forced him out of it. I was hoping we'd actually do this right, you know. Oh dear, this is kind of a situation I was hoping to avoid. Oh dear, and the finale one. Just mash the X and triangle. That's a worrying thought that Riku's HP is that low. I can't afford to make him take many hits. If either one of them die here, it's game over. Ooh, okay, come on. There we go. Yeah, that went well. After one bizarre death and one that's... Honestly, they kind of bugged this boss a bit in the final in the collection version, and I think even the original Final Mix version, that made some of the reversals not appear. So that probably is what led to my death. Maybe not. Maybe I was not careful. Either way. This final boss is still, to me, very easy, and you know what? Let's end him off with a bang. Come on.
Give me strength. It's this.
The perfect finish for him. A Ragnarok to his face. Goodbye, Xemnas, forever.
We did it.
Not
I
quite.
wouldn't be too sure of that. Sora, I can't.
Don't say another word. It's not over. It's just not.
Oh, dude.
How can you say that? Even if we could go on. Look where we are.
Aw, come on, Riku. You've been hanging
We'll
out
get
with
out of here.
Darkness too
Don't
long.
worry, Riku.
You gotta try and think positive.
That was
Sora?
it. Xemnas is finally beaten.
You lead.
Got it.
You know? I always figured I was better at stuff than you.
Really?
Are you mad?
No. I kinda always thought you were better at everything, too.
Well, at least they're being honest with each other.
Riku, look. What's that light?
Yeah, who knows what that might be. They made it. They're out of it, out of wherever they were with Xemnas, and now in the realm of
End of the
darkness,
road.
from what it
Yep.
looks like.
Put me down. I can walk.
They're finally out.
You know, maybe the darkness has gotten to me, too.
The darkness has gotten to you, Sora?
Riku!
But how?
This world is perfect for me. If this is what the world really is, just this, then maybe I should fade back into darkness.
Riku.
Don't put it that way, Riku. Come on, man.
If the world is made of light and darkness, we'll be the darkness.
Yeah. The other side. The realm of light is safe now. Tyree, the king, and the others are there.
That's what I mean. Hey, Sora. Could you help me? I want to get down to the water.
Yeah, we'll help you get down to the water.
At least the waves sound the same. What I said back then,
There's no way out for that right now.
thinking I was better at stuff than you. To tell you the truth, Sora, I was jealous of you.
What for?
I wished I could live life the way you do. Just following my heart.
Yeah, well, I've got my share of problems too.
Like what?
Like wanting to be like you.
Well, there is one advantage to being me. Something you can never imitate.
Yeah, this is
Really?
a very nice
What's
scene,
that?
honestly.
Having you for a friend.
Then I guess I'm okay the way I am. I've got something you could never imitate too.
Having you for a friend, huh? That's at least what I'm betting. They're just enjoying the sound of the water while being stuck in the realm of darkness. In a bottle? How'd that get here?
Sora? I think it's for you.
A letter for us?
Thinking of you wherever you are. We pray for our sorrows to end. And hope that our hearts will blend.
Now
Yep.
I will step forward to realize this wish.
It's the letter from the very
And who
beginning.
knows? Starting a new journey may not be so hard. Or maybe it's already begun. There are many worlds, but they share the same sky. One sky, one destiny.
The door has opened. The
Light.
door to light.
The door to light. We'll go together.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That. Well, first off, they're brought back to normal light, but in a, I guess, fascinating way. As they're both just rocketed into the water.
Sora! Riku!
They're back home on Destiny Islands. At the very island where the three of them started before, in Kingdom Hearts 1, before this entire adventure happened. They're all back. The adventure is finally over. At least, for now it is. But more on that once after the credits.
We're back.
You're home.
So yep, that, folks, is Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. So, my thoughts on the game. This is definitely the start of where the confusion begins. Like, some will say Birth by Sleep, and I will definitely say yes as well, but there's definitely a lot of confusing plot moments in Kingdom Hearts 2 where many get confused. Like, most people I talk to say Kingdom Hearts 2 is the worst place to start the Kingdom Hearts series if you're new to it. The story, that is, if you're looking to get into the story, it's definitely very confusing. Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories, well, more so Kingdom Hearts 1, had a very simple plot, very straightforward plot of a battle between light and darkness. A boy that pretty much had to go on a journey, pretty much very similar to like the hero's journey in a way. He had to go out. He got separated from his home and people he cared about. He had to go on many struggles, fight even one of his friends to find one of his other friends, and eventually, with everything he learned and how strong he's become, by reuniting with one of his other friends and saving the one in order to save the one he fought with, defeat someone of very evil power. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, while beginning the organization with the confusing that would start the whole big thing of this game in days, had a very simple plot with a mystery building up of like, what's up with the castle? Who is this person Sora's remembering? Why is he remembering memories instead of forgetting them? Why are they forgetting memories even in the first place? Is it just the castle or is it something else? And who are these people in the black cloaks? It's very simple plot and mystery in the end. It was very mystery, but 2 definitely has a lot to go for it with the whole organization, the reveal about Xehanort, the different anthems. There's a lot to take in, and it's where the infamy of this becoming a confusing series has begun. But again, there's a lot more confusing series out there. But yeah, story-wise, it's not too bad. I don't like it as much as Chain Memories and 1. And even though Birth by Sleep is probably more confusing, I actually enjoyed Birth by Sleep's story a lot more. But I'm gonna say 2 is at least better than Days in terms of actually Days is a level of hate, but still, it's better than Days. Still, to me, I like Kingdom Hearts 2's story more than Days at the very least. Gameplay, this is where some people are gonna probably get angry at me for saying this. Don't get me wrong, the gameplay in Kingdom Hearts 2 is phenomenal. It is definitely one of the best out there. Definitely I'd rank it in one of my top 3 in terms of gameplay. Like, while it's probably in the top 5 instead of the top 3 in terms of story, to me, yeah, it's definitely top 3 gameplay-wise. But there's one thing you need to keep in mind for this game, and that is the fact that Kingdom Hearts 2 is unfortunately, in my opinion, the easiest of the games to play. I know people will say Birth by Sleep and probably Chain Memories, but that's if you know how to break the game. But here's the thing, and hear me out here, people. I know people are going to say, like, Kingdom Hearts 2 is not a button masher. Sure, but unfortunately, it kind of is. Unfortunately, before I even learned of all the revenge values and such, and many of the other advanced techniques you can do, such as reflect and knowing good abilities and good keyblades and all that stuff in the game, most people I've seen play the game button mash. They only press X, triangle, occasionally cast Cure. They never casted Fire. They never casted Blizzard. Never Thunder. Never Magnet. Never Reflect. They only attacked, did reaction commands, used items, casted the Cure spell. That's all they did with this game. And unfortunately, that's kind of the reputation Kingdom Hearts 2 has built up. Many would, I will acknowledge there is the good techniques that many people like BlitzKit and other people have pointed out there, but unfortunately this is the infamy Kingdom Hearts 2 has led up. But allow me to go in more depth. It's definitely a button masher to and through, minus the revenge values you have to probably learn about in the original Kingdom Hearts 2. I played through the original on beginner, standard, and even proud button mashing, with the exception of Zaldin and maybe Zigbar. And this is not counting my first time playing through the game when I was a total noob. All the bosses in Kingdom Hearts 2, the original, except for the 2 I mentioned, were a joke. They were far too easy for me that I could just button mash without a problem and beat them. Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, on the other hand, when I started tackling the new content, like the app and silhouettes, oh boy did I realize that does not work. So this is where my conundrum for Kingdom Hearts 2 is. It's easy in terms of the story bosses, with the exception of mainly Zaldin or Zigbar. It depends on your take for it. When it comes to the Final Mix exclusive bosses, such as the app and silhouettes, which you will see me fight in bonus parts, I'm gonna point that out there. I did not fight them in the main LP, but yeah, in the bonus parts they'll be there. But the app and silhouettes and the other exclusive bosses within this game, such as something else called data battles, and one particular extremely hard boss that's not Sephiroth, because Sephiroth is a joke in this game, I'm going to just tell you in advance. But basically the bosses that were added in for Final Mix, with the exception of Roxas in the story mode, are actually legit challenging, even on standard. They will force you to think more clearly, use reflect, know how to have good abilities, know proper good keyblades, good tactics, not using your dry forms, managing your MP as best you can. Basically, a lot of stuff that you should know. That is pretty much my stance on this game in terms of its gameplay. The story bosses are pretty easy as is. It's the optional bosses outside of Sephiroth and outside of the optional bosses that were originally in Kingdom Hearts, in the original Kingdom Hearts 2, basically the Final Mix exclusive bosses, where the game actually, Final Mix exclusive optional bosses, to make that clear again, it's where the game actually starts to get challenging. And I know some people are going to disagree with me on that there, but that is my stance on it. That's just how I feel of this game. This is my personal opinion of it. This is just the Kingdom Hearts 2 I've grown to know since I was a childhood. It's easy for the story bosses. You don't need, if you want to just go for the story bosses, you could just mash your way through. Ooh, it's not that difficult, actually, to not use Reflect and just mash your way through. Now, does using Reflect actually make the other bosses a lot easier? Yes. Knowing proper ability management and proper keyplay management, it does make the other bosses a lot easier, but in the end, it doesn't matter much because many people are going to just actually button mash in Kingdom Hearts 2. That's unfortunately the conundrum it's left in. And while Her Birth by Sleep does have that as well, take a note, you don't have to use Thunder's command full Thunder Surge. You don't have to use magnet spam. And it's the same here. You don't have to use dry forms. You don't have to use limits. You don't have to use reflect. People play how they want, and while the more professional people in Kingdom Hearts 2 play to know revenge value, and they also just keep to who manipulate those revenge values, but making them retaliate as little as possible. That's good for them. Some don't. I am middle ground. I don't really know the revenge values that well, at least all the formulaic points to keep track of how high a boss's revenge value is. But I just fight to my best ability with everything I have. I don't button mash anymore. But in the end, that's pretty much it. Like, Kingdom Hearts 2 is unfortunately very easy for the story bosses. Optional bosses that were exclusive to Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, again, they're the ones that will actually push you to think outside of mashing just triangle and X. Some you might be able to miraculously get away with it, but there's some, like the hardest boss in the game, that you just not taking any chances of doing that easily. But yeah, some, I know I'm gonna probably get some angry people with throwing angry comments at me for saying this, but understand, folks, this is just based on my experience playing the game when I was a kid back in high school or junior high, yada yada yada, and the experience of everyone else I saw that played this game before I actually saw pros like Blitzkits actually fight them proper. But yeah, that is pretty much Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. And that is just how I feel about this game in general. It's not a bad game. It's got the best gameplay, like I said. The story is pretty confusing, but it's not a terrible game. It's not like Days. But enough of that. That's pretty much my entire thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 2. So let's just enjoy the end of an adventure.
Nope. Nothing will.
What a small world.
Yep. Because now the two could just relax back at home,
Yeah.
doing nothing, but having, I guess, whatever fun they have still in their youth before they become adults.
The door to the light.
This.
This?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's always closer than you think.
Because, yeah, guess what, guys, though, about that adventure?
Look,
From the king?
Yep, it's not done yet. There's still more to come. And that is it, folks. That marks the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Yeah, let's see the report. I definitely healed a lot, but Battle Form was used the most. That's surprising because I was trying to use Limit Form a lot, but well, I guess it's the early grinding that happened. 16 times use Anti-Form. Look. But I almost completed. I completed a lot of the journal, but that's unfortunately because there's still a lot more you're gonna have to complete after beating the game, because you can actually save and create a post-game data, which I will be using to gather some of the bonus parts. But yep, that is it. That marks the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, everyone. Hope you enjoyed, because we still have 3 more games for Kingdom Hearts 3 in the marathon. So, on the note of this, I will see you all in the next game. Until then, later, everyone. For those of you who thought the final battle against Xemnas was already long, it could have in fact been even longer. There was 2 planned forms for Xemnas aside from his dragon form you fought before the final fight against final Xemnas. These forms were being called King and Centauros. King is a giant humanoid being made up of buildings of the Dark City wearing a crown with nobody's sigils on it, with the inside of the crown interesting, looking similar to the inside of the throne room where you fight Xemnas. His Centauros form, on the other hand, while also being made up of buildings of the Dark City, appears to only have the upper half of the body of King while having a quadrupedal lower body similar to a centaur. The reason for why these forms were removed is unknown. It could have been they were running out of time, it could have been they were too difficult to make, or it could have been the final boss fights were long enough already as it was. Truthfully, we may never know. That is all of the removed content of Kingdom Hearts 2 and its final mix version. Stay tuned for the next game as we cover the removed content of Recoded, or the 1 or 2 only removed content of Recoded.